Hello mga ka-learners! Welcome to Lesson 2 of our first module on addictive and dangerous drugs. Have you ever thought about the idea that tobacco and cigarettes are addictive and contain dangerous substances? Totoo po, ang alcohol man ay maaaring maging nakakapaminsala. In most developed countries, tobacco and alcohol are already classified as dangerous because they are addictive and can result in health problems for a person. Tobacco and cigarettes can lead to many types of cancers, diseases like bronchitis, as well as breathing difficulties. Alcohol can cause dizziness, sensory alteration, along with liver and kidney problems. In this lesson, we will, number 1, identify the effects of tobacco and alcohol on people's health. Number 2, discuss the health risks faced by people who are exposed to smoking. Number 3, describe how alcohol intake affects people's mental processes. And number 4, explain why tobacco and alcohol should be classified as addictive drugs. Let's lay down some facts first about the tobacco use in the Philippines. This data was collected by the Global Adult Tobacco Survey, GATS, in 2015. GATS is the global standard for systematically monitoring adult tobacco use, smoking and smokeless, and tracking key tobacco control indicators. You can find these facts in this link published by the World Health Organization. The data says that 23.8% overall, or 16.6 million adults in the Philippines, use tobacco, while 21.5%, or 15.1 million adults, smoke cigarettes. When these people smoke at home or in public areas, they expose others to secondhand smoke. The data also shows that 34.7% of adults, 24 million adults, were exposed to tobacco smoke at home. Although this data does not include kids exposed to parents smoking at home, the adult data is big enough to call that the effects of smoking are significant as a population. Some smokers justify their use of tobacco and cigarettes by arguing that it is their right to choose what they consume. But what about the problem of passive smoking? In a family or workplace where there are heavy smokers, non-smokers, including children, face serious health risks from inhaling the poisonous fumes of smokers' cigarettes. If smokers claim the right to smoke, non-smokers may also claim the right to a safe and smoke-free environment. In order to protect non-smokers from toxic cigarette fumes, many governments have banned smoking on international flights and in offices. In the Philippines, there are laws against smoking in public places like shopping malls and restaurants. Do you agree with these laws? Why or why not? Why do you think that smoking is regulated in the Philippines? Here are some facts about smoking. Tobacco must be considered as a drug and not as a mere agricultural product because it has an addictive component called nicotine. Nicotine is highly addictive. It is both a stimulant and a sedative to the central nervous system. Addiction to nicotine results in withdrawal symptoms when a person tries to stop smoking. The Department of Health estimates about 110,000 Filipinos die every year due to smoking-related diseases. In many countries, more and more people are starting to smoke at a very young age. If this current trend continues, hundreds of millions of children alive today may eventually die because of smoking. The tobacco industry has long known that nicotine is addictive. In fact, it has been alleged that the industry has actually studied how they can use this addictive quality of nicotine to their advantage. Within 10 seconds of smoking, nicotine already reaches the brain and begins to take effect. Other drugs such as marijuana, amphetamines, example diet pills and shabu, and alcohol can take effect more slowly and may be mood dependent. Nicotine is an example of a fast, highly pharmacologically effective, and cheap drug. Why do you think people smoke? Well, according to how it seems to smokers, they smoke to relax and enjoy the taste, to pass the time, because of peer pressure, the influence of friends, and because their bodies have developed a physical addiction to nicotine. But do you know that smoking has serious negative effects on one's health? Smoking increases the risk of lung cancer, chronic bronchitis, and heart ailments. It may cause sudden infant death, especially if the mother smokes during pregnancy. It may cause low birth weight for infants of smoking parents. It slows down a person's mental processes. It can cause dependency, addiction to smoking. It may cause impotence for males. Aside from the health effects, it also has economic effects on people. Especially recently, the Philippines added the sin tax bill aimed to add taxes to sinful commodities such as cigarettes. House Bill 5727, or the sin tax bill, aims to restructure the existing taxes imposed on alcohol and tobacco goods. Duties on these products are a potential revenue source that will help fund the universal healthcare program of the administration. Likewise, higher taxes and consequently higher costs are seen as a deterrent to the consumption of sin products, whose adverse effects are mostly borne by the poorer segments of society. Smoking drains up to 30% of a smoker's income and increase a person's healthcare or hospitalization costs due to health problems that they may develop. How about alcohol? Do they have the same effect as smoking? Let's see.
Jose, I hear that you just got promoted in your division. Your family must be very happy.
Yes, they're very happy about the news, especially since the children can use the money for their college education.
This calls for a blowout. Do you want to go out for a drink? No, I can't. You know my body reacts to alcohol. Aside from getting allergies, I also get drunk easily. Even with just a bottle or two of beer? Come on. I think you can have a little drink with us. I really can't. I feel strange and different when I drink even just one bottle. Alcohol is just not for me. Okay, we can't do anything about that. So, let's just eat. That I can do. Come on.
Jose is a good role model because he refuses to drink alcohol, even at the good-hearted urging of his friend. He knows that even a small amount of alcohol can have bad effects on him. Do you think that we should try to follow Jose's behavior? Let's discuss alcohol. Alcohol is a substance used as an intoxicant in drinks such as beer, wine, and liquor. It is found in drinks distilled from fermented fruits, grains, or vegetables. It affects a person's judgment and emotions. It contains ethanol, methanol, and methylated spirits, which make it addictive and dangerous to a person's health. The following are some types of alcoholic beverages. Beer, fermented alcoholic beverage made from malted cereal grains, usually barley flavored with hops. Brandy, a strong alcoholic drink distilled from grape wine. Whiskey, an alcoholic spirit distilled from a fermented mix of cereal grains, example barley, wheat, or rye. Gin, an alcoholic spirit made from barley, rye, or maize, and flavored with juniper berries. Rum, a spirit distilled from fermented sugarcane juice or from molasses. Why do you think people drink alcoholic beverages such as beer, wine, and liquor? People say they drink alcohol for the following reasons: to experiment, to be sociable, to gain attention, to relax. Because alcohol is cheap and easily available, and because their body has become addicted to alcohol, like they have become alcoholics. What are the possible effects of drinking alcoholic beverages? According to studies, drinking alcoholic beverages has shown the following effects on a person: alcoholism or addiction to alcohol, increased risk of accidents, for example, road or vehicular accidents, lowered quality of work, dizziness and slower reactions to situations, memory lapses called blackouts, insomnia, not being able to sleep at night for heavy drinkers and alcoholics, liver and kidney problems, self-destructive impulses including suicide, disruption of personal relationships, reduced sex drive, violent tendencies which may lead to domestic violence, assault, and the like. Drinking alcoholic beverages is commonly seen as a means of relieving stress and anxiety. It helps a person relax. However, every person who drinks, or even those who are beginning to drink, should know of the following facts. Number 1, alcohol is a depressant. Because of this, it slows down body processes, which can give someone a difficult time doing basic coordinated activities. Number 2, regular intake of alcoholic beverages can lead to alcoholism, which has worse effects on a person's health. Number 3, too much alcohol intake at the wrong place and wrong time can lead to accidents and even death. Despite the negative effects of excessive alcohol intake on a person's health, drinking sprees are accepted as a form of relaxation. Drinking and driving is one of the major causes of road or vehicular accidents, which endanger not just those who drink, but innocent people as well. Always remember that driving under the influence of alcohol is not only illegal, but also reckless, irresponsible, and immoral. Please drink responsibly. Let's check what we have learned about tobacco, cigarettes, and alcohol. Identify if the statement is correct. Number 1, alcoholic beverages are addictive because they contain nicotine. False. Tobacco and cigarettes are addictive because they contain nicotine. Alcoholic beverages do not contain nicotine. Number 2, tobacco and cigarettes are classified as depressants or downers because they increase one's alertness and improve one's physical condition. False. Tobacco and cigarettes are classified as stimulants or uppers because they improve a person's alertness and physical disposition. Number 3, people who inhale the tobacco and cigarette smoke of others are called first-hand smokers. False. People who inhale the fumes exhaled by smokers are called passive smokers or secondary smokers. Number 4, heavy drinking can cause liver and kidney problems. True. Number 5, nicotine is highly addictive. It works both as a stimulant and as a sedative to the reproductive system. False. Nicotine is highly addictive. It affects the central nervous system, but not the reproductive system. How did you do? Hope you did great in this activity. Let's summarize what we have learned so far. Tobacco should be considered as a drug and not just as an agricultural product because it contains nicotine. Nicotine is highly addictive. It works both as a stimulant and as a sedative to the central nervous system. Addiction to nicotine results in withdrawal symptoms when a person tries to stop smoking. Alcoholic beverages are liquids distilled from fermented fruits, grains, and vegetables. They contain ethanol, methanol, and methylated spirits, which make them addictive and dangerous. Alcohol is a substance in drinks such as beer, wine, and liquor, which affects a person's judgment and emotions. Drinking alcohol can result in liver and kidney problems, as well as many other diseases. It can cause harm even to non-drinkers, who may, for instance, become victims of accidents resulting from drunk driving. Excessive alcohol intake can damage a person's health. It can lead to accidents and even death. I hope you learned much about smoking and alcoholism in this lesson. Kung naninigarilyo ka pa, alam mo ba na 7 sa bawat 10 taong naninigarilyo ay gusto na tumigil? Siguro isa ka sa kanila. Maganda kung makakatigil ka na. In our next lesson, we will learn about the effects of drug abuse on our bodies. So stay tuned mga ka-learners. Till next time.